My name is Shailendra Kumar. Now today I am going to discuss about remaining part of statistics. In this chapter we have few things remaining, and these are mean deviation, variance and standard deviation. Right. So we will start with the mean deviation. Mean deviation, right? Before study mean, right? Or we have studied mean in a previous class, right? So what is derivation? Derivation means if you have observations, right? x1 x2 x3 dot 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 xn, these are our observations, right? So question is, what is derivation? Derivation means any number is subtract from each observations, and that number is called what? Central tendency. Central tendency. Right. Central tendency, maybe median, maybe mode, and maybe mean. Right. So each, we can say, central tendency. So each observations is subtracted by a. Each observation is minus by a. That is xa minus a, x2 minus a, dot 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 xn minus a. This is our deviation, right? It is also, we can say, new observations, right? So it may be positive, may be negative, right? So we can take modulus. Taking modulus, we can say these are what? Absolute values. Xn minus a. These are what? Absolute values. Now question is mean deviation, right? Mean deviation means mean of deviation. So what is formula of mean? Sum of the all observations. So here observation is absolute value, and that is new observations. So sum of the all observations divided by number of observations, right? This is our mean deviations. About central tendency, it may be mean, mode, median. And in last class we have discussed, well studied about how to find out mean, mode, median, mode and mean for a different data. One more thing, and that is one more thing, and that is what is of types of data. Types of data. Basically we have two types of data. First one is group data, and second one is ungroup data, right? In group data we have another two parts. First one is discrete discrete frequency distribution, and continuous frequency distribution, right? So D F D and C F D. So these two are the group data, right? So in case of discrete means you know a who have persons who have marks may be identical, may be different, means 10 people have 20 marks each. So how can represent in a group data? So we can say 12 persons, 12, right? We can if we are going to write in the square format, tabular form, we can say 10 boys has each marks what, 20 each, right? And suppose 20 students has 30 marks each, and 40 marks, and number of students maybe 5, each has marks, each has marks 40. So we can write in the form of this, and this is our data xi, and this one is fi. You will see in coming problems, and for more clear, right? So this is our discrete frequency distribution, and for a continuous distribution 0 to 10, 10 to 30, this is not a continuous distribution because of here 10 and here is 20, right? So we can 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 5, 6, 7. There are 7 students, 7 persons with marks lie between 0 to 10, and there are 6 students, 6 persons who have marks or data lie between 10 to 20, right? So this is our continuous distribution. And what is ungroup means each person has different data to the another, means 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. One person has 2 marks, second person 3, third person fourth, and so on, right? So this is our ungroup data. So comes to the again what, mean deviation for a mean deviation MD for group data, right? So MD means deviation. First find out deviation about central tendency, maybe mean, mode, or median. And in last class we have well studied, right, how to find out mean, mode, median for a group data and a discrete data as well, right? So mean deviation, right, for a group data, suppose this one is x1, x2, x3, right? And this one is our frequency f1, f2, f3. So first find out what, central tendency, maybe mode, maybe median, maybe mean. And After this, we have to find out deviations, absolute values. Sum of the absolute value divided by number of observations is our mean deviations, right? Basically, mean deviation basically deviations about first step. Find central. First find central tendency, right? First find out the central tendency. After this, deviations, right? Third one is absolute values, right? And fourth one is our last step, and that is what? Definition. Sum of the all absolute values, that is x minus a, and number of observations, maybe n, we can say n. So this is our formula to find out mean deviation about central tendency for a different distribution, maybe group data, maybe ungroup data. Now move to the next thing in this chapter, and that is variance, right? Variance. Variance, it is totally based on formula we have studied earlier. What? Deviation, squaring of all deviations, right? So x minus x bar. About in this variance, mean central tendency is what? Central tendency is always x, and we can say a. So variance, we have study variance for a mean. Right here, I want to say that just all the observations is subtracted by or minus by mean of a given observations, right? And find out its deviations and squaring of deviations, and this is also a new data. And finally we have to find out what mean for a new observations. Means first to find out deviations about mean, right? Second one is first to find out about deviations. We can also include a step, and that is first to find out what mean. Second one is deviations about mean. Third one is square of deviations, right? And square of each deviation, right? And last one is what? Just squaring of all observations, all deviations, that is x minus x bar whole square. It is a new observations, it is, we can say, new observations. Now how to find out mean for given observations we have studied well. So this is our observations, so x minus x bar, right, and sum of all observations and divided by number of observations, right. This is our variance, right. This is our what variance. We can find out variance for our different distributions. For example, for group data, for 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is our what xi, and corresponding frequency 3, 2, 1, 4. So first find out, before find out what variance, first find out what mean, and we have find out what mean very well, right. Sum of the all observations and sum of multiplication of frequency and its corresponding data divided by sum of all what frequencies. This is our mean. So we can say this one is, suppose a, any number, any integer, or maybe fraction. So it all the data use the definition of variance, right. So find out first what first step, find the mean, and we can say a. Second step is find out the deviation, right. So each observation, 2 minus a, 3 minus a, 4 minus a, and 5 minus a, this is our deviation. Third step is squaring of all the deviations, right. 3 minus a square, 4 minus a square, and 5 minus a square, right. This is our what new observations, we can say. And now question is, what is variance? Variance means mean of a new deviations, right. So variance of a variance of a new observations, right. This is our new or group data. What is the formula of mean for a group data? And that is fi xi upon sum of fi. Here x is what new observations, so its corresponding frequency also multiply 3, 2, 3, 2. Here corresponding frequency is what 3, 2, and here 1, and here is 4, and sum of the all frequencies, right. Takes another example, right. First, suppose fi xi, this one is 2, 3, 4, 6, and its a frequency is what, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a frequency. Now what is what is mean for this group data? Sum of the all observations of multiplication of fi xi, and sum of the all frequencies. This is our what fi, right. This is our mean. So this is our mean, and we can find out very smoothly, right? For this data, what is mean? Suppose this mean is a, right? So new question is, what is deviation? Deviations means each observations, right? 2, 3, 4, 6 is subtract by. First step is find out mean, second step is find deviations about mean, third step is squaring of all observations, right? So 2 minus a square plus 3 minus a square and 4 minus a square and 6 minus a square. This one is a group data, discrete frequency distribution data. So for a discrete frequency distribution, we have a formula. This one, so here new observations is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our new observations, and its corresponding frequency is what? Its corresponding frequencies 2, and its observations 2 minus, and next 3, and its corresponding frequencies 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is our data and its corresponding frequency 1, its corresponding frequency 2, and its observation 3. Yeah, this one, and now frequency for 3 frequency. This is our observation for 4, 6 minus a whole square. Now, what is variance? To find out variance, first find out what? Mean for a new data, and to find out mean, sum of multiplication of frequency and its data divided by sum of multiplication of frequency, right? This is frequency and its observation, frequency its observation, frequency its observations, frequency its observations, and multiply frequency multiply its observations. So sum of all multiplication of frequency and its observations, right? And divided by sum of the frequency, and here sum of the frequency 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is our variance, right? In last class we have studied about how to find out mean for a different data, for a discrete data, for a group data, for a continuous data, and shortcut method to find out mean and variance. Just use the definitions. Suppose this one x1, x2, x3 dot 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 xn, right? Suppose its mean is what? A. So each observations is subtract by a number. Consider number that is a. We can assume that a is the mean of these observations, right? And divided by h. So we have a new observations in the terms of yi. So yi h plus a is equal to xi. Now definition of mean is what? Some multiplication of frequency and its data and its summation divided by frequency, sum of the frequency. Now put xi, replace xi by yi plus a. So we can say fi and yi h plus a, right, divided by fi. Now fi h is the constant and yi this one plus fi a divided by what? Fi. Split denominator is split into two parts, and first one is h fi yi divided by fi plus sum of fi a the constant and fi we can write it in the form of h, and we can say y mean what mean of y and a, and this is x bar. So this is or what? X bar in the terms of y bar, right? In case of you know variance for a group data, variance fi xi minus x whole square divided by fi, right? This is our variance in the terms of x, right? So xi is replaced by yi h plus v. Just we have studied, and x bar is equal to y bar h plus a, right? So replace xi by yi plus h, and x bar is equal to y bar plus h plus a, right? Here fi as it is x bar xi is equal to yi plus a minus y bar h plus a, right? This one is fi. So we can fi yi plus a minus yh bar y bar, right, plus a. This one is minus, this one is, you can say minus, and this one is also minus. So minus minus, this one is cancelled out and divided by what? and square also here square. We can say f I y I minus y bar, and here is what, h y h y h h h whole square divided by f I. So we can see h h and square, so h square is common. So now question is, what is the relation between variance in the terms of xi and yi? So this is our sigma x square, sigma x square variance in the terms of x, sigma x square, and this one is a constant, and this one is a what, this one is variance in the terms of y, so we can say sigma y square. So this is our relation. What relation is sigma sigma x square is equal to h square sigma y square, right? So we'll come with questions, right?